But notice this little heifer's coming closer. I'm gonna try to send her back around the corner, and she won't go so fast this time. You don't want to get in a cutting horse match with one of them because you're gonna lose. So once again, measured responses. Get her to ease around that corner, maybe. She loves stairs. Maybe an unhealthy addiction going on here. All right, now if I turn her that way, she's gonna leave on me. This is getting about repositioning. That's really strange. I'm gonna have to ask Sean what he's putting on his stairs out here. Once again, she's not focused on me. Once again, I'm gonna try to stop her. Come across. And she may go completely around, but if I can draw her eye into that corner, I'm gonna have to step on this side pretty quick or she's gonna come out. But you can draw their eye into that gate. But just where you position yourself, I thought she would draw on around there, but I was left too much distance between she and I, and so she got a little ahead of me, all right? Now I think it was her idea to go in there. If it is, they'll normally stay. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. This is a chess match. Now, as I step across her face, if I'm not careful, I'm gonna send her out the gate. Let me do a little something else. If you'll get all 4 feet still and straight underneath them, it's a process we call parking. So I need to back her feet up until she's straight and square. If she's anything else, she's not completely comfortable and she'll move. But you're talking about using a show stick to set one of them up, you can do this with your body position. Now, if you want to back one of them up, don't ask me why this worked, but it works. You won't turn on me. If I can get her front feet still and straight, she'll normally stay. We'll see. You know, she always wants to go with her buddy, but we've parked her over there. She's just waiting to see what I'm gonna do. You get one of them still, you can leave them where you want to. And the ability to park one of them is really kind of interesting. If you have one that's sick and you want to take them to the corral, one of the great things you can do is teach those cattle to do what we did out here. Start, stop, and drive them through their buddies. Keep them comfortable until you teach them how to start, stop, turn, and all that kind of stuff. Then you can take them down the fence or across the pasture, up to your gate, park them, go open your gate, bring them through. We do it in the feedlot all the time. That's the way we pull sick cattle all the time. That's the way you're supposed to do it. It's not the way it's always done. But that's what you should do. Keep them quiet and calm. The last thing you want to do if something has respiratory problems is make him run. That just drives me crazy to see people chasing cattle in a feedlot or a preconditioning facility that have lung problems. Just idiotic is what it is. You'd be better off bringing the whole group out at a slow pace and putting them all back except the one, okay? But being able to do these little things with cattle, make it their idea to get in somewhere and stay. They're not worried about coming out. Now, I went in there with that heifer, pushed around on her a little bit, aggravated her, but finally got her feet kind of still, and she is fine with it. They'd probably walk out just because they want to sniff of a stair again, but loading trailers. If we do the same thing, and facility design is not conducive a lot of times to what we're doing, but if you learn how to position yourself, you can do a lot of things easier. It doesn't matter what your facility is. And so I don't worry about changing facilities to start with. I try to change the behavior of people. That if you think in a pasture, cattle are not stressed, are they? Why would they be stressed? I always use this analogy. Have you ever seen a cow standing in the corner with her head up against the corner post going, oh my God, what a bad day. I can't believe what I got myself into. They just don't have that kind of stress, do they? Most of the stress that's involved with those cattle is something that we've caused to happen. Okay, we've either introduced something else, transportation, processing, whatever it might be. So we can handle that by trying to take the stress off. We talked about the acclimation and receiving cattle. If I was getting a set of fresh cattle in, the main thing I would have done was start them moving, teach them to stop straight. And the other thing I like for them to do is walk by me one at a time. Why would it be important to do that to start with? You can teach them to go by, it teaches them to stop, let you be the one in charge of telling them when to go. But what do you do at the end of a finishing program? You're going to sort the ones off that need to go home to the maker, right? So if we don't teach them to sort, and that's what we do out in the big pasture, when you're not in an alley or anything else, if they come by real slow, if one of them walks by you, and we'll try to do that in a minute, and as that one goes, you can walk with the flow, the next one will stop. If you want it to go, you can step aside, let it go. John was talking about a design. He's put a portable panel alleyway up outside a corral and zigzagged the panels so they'd be stronger. And when they come into that zig away from his permanent fence, he can stop them there and evaluate them, see if they're ready to go or not. Pretty unique concept. I'm gonna try that somewhere and see what I'll think. I don't believe John on anything, but I'm gonna try. Most of the good ideas are by accident. But that being able to sort one quietly and keep the stress down is critical. Being able to separate them from the group is important. If you have Brahman influenced cattle, they tend to stick together a little more. They're more like sheep than other breeds of cattle. I don't know if you ever noticed that. When one of them goes, they all go. And so if you can't control that flow and that speed, it can get out of hand on you and makes them very difficult to manage. But these cattle work very easily. I should have left them in here and done some sorting in the pen. We'll see if they'll go back in. If you've done your corralling and putting them in the pen correctly, it shouldn't be a big problem for them to go back. I'm going to try to bring them back around there and put them back in the pen. But once again, these cattle are very quiet. They follow one another. One thing I haven't talked about, I keep talking about they follow one another, and I kind of alluded to it when I put them in the little corral over there, is the fact that they will follow one another nearly anywhere you want to go. I'm going to see what an independently minded one does, if this one will let me take her over there. But if I were pulling this one from the herd, with that one leaving, she still wants to go with her. So once again, I'm trying to teach her to stop, let me push on her. She's still not wanting to give and go away from me. Now she's starting to give a little bit. All right. If I were pulling one from a herd, this would be the process. I might even actually drive them around that other one with the other one a little bit. Now notice she's turning toward me. I want her to understand I want her to go away from me. But I didn't know you were coming back. Once again, just positioning yourself You have more itches than most cows. This one may be afraid she's gonna miss out on a chance to go in the pen. I was too late, too late. She looked at something over here, drew her attention away from me. I didn't have her locked on.